but I remember,
So
and she was the, what do you call
Yeah.
that? She was the
Emperatriz.
Reina
Reina
Elena.
Elena.
Yeah, and I remember I was one of the
Reina Elena.
Constantinos, you know, the small boys escorting her. And it was a big, big, big procession all around Santa Cruz, Laguna. You know, your mom,
Wow.
your grandfather, and your grandmother, um, I think they went to Santa Cruz during they stayed there the Second World War. They hid there in Santa Cruz, Laguna. Because my mom is actually from, well, originally from Pateros, but she was raised in Santa Cruz, Laguna, where her family grew up. So she was quite known by all my aunts and uncles. You know, so they got her to be the queen of the show. And she was a beautiful lady at that time. And Tita Kising also became one of those queens in the second, and somewhere in the 50s.
Yes.
And I remember when your dad used to support your mom, because they lived only 2 houses away from us. And your dad would hide in our house before going to, you know, your grandfather was so strict, right? You know that. So he would stay at our house for a few minutes and then go and visit her. But you know,
Yeah.
Which house was
you
that?
know that they
House,
eloped.
which house was that?
You know that they eloped.
In New York?
No, this is
Yeah,
in San
well,
Juan.
San-
No, this is in San Juan.
In San Juan.
Wilson.
Wilson, yeah.
Wilson.
They stayed.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
stayed at the place of Tito Joven. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So they were.
So I remember those times when your dad was supporting her. And of course your grandfather was vehemently against that.
I
But
think they
now,
eloped. Didn't they elope?
Yes,
yeah,
they
they
did.
eloped. They eloped. What else? What else do I have memories? Well, yeah, I know she was very close to our family, our side of the family, you know. Tito Joven, my dad, and my aunts. She was always in our reunions to get together. What else do you remember, Cynthia?
To say that I heard the news over our Holy Spirit Viber group. So she was your Tita Sony was a graduate of, I don't know, I'll check the year, of pharmacy.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
I will
right.
send the they were asking about information details, etc. So may I send this to our class you know, we have a Viber for the Holy Spirit class representatives, and they were inquiring about it. And they were saying that your parents were very active in the CFM and
Well, they
very
founded it, didn't they?
Marriage encounter.
I said no, they were
Yeah.
the founders, so I had to correct it. And then they were saying, there was a lady, I don't know if you know her, Linda De Rosario. She was saying, oh, I'm a relative of Sony. So I just read the Viber. And then I said, oh, Tita Sony is my aunt, you know, first cousin of my dad. So they started getting acquainted. So anyway, may I share these details of the novena masses and with her classmates. I'm sure they'd want to join also. May I
Holy
do
Spirit,
that?
Cynthia.
Yes, please.
Holy
Yeah.
Spirit.
The time might just
Holy-
vary, but we'll use the same link. Yes.
Okay. Holy Spirit siya, and they will always say, oh, pretty women, oh, pretty sisters, Ekis raw, si Ekis, at saka si
Yes.
Sony. And they were saying, so they had there was an exchange of that's how I learned about the passing of Tita Sony about, later. So I had to quickly contact Maribel because I picked up the news from the Viber group of Holy Spirit. So yun. And then I also informed Michael Da Silva And I think Tita Cora da Silva knew about it already, right? Cora is
Yeah.
your aunt on the Golding side, right?
Yes, first cousin of
Golding.
mom. First
Cora.
cousin of mom, Golding side. Yeah.
Golding side. So Michael da Silva already was the mama. Cora was already informed about your mom through an aunt yata. So maybe you have your aunt on the Golding side. Do you have a big family in the Golding side?
Not as big as the Ordonez side. Yeah, Ordonez is a bigger clan. Yeah.
And you say Ordonez is really not yet that big, no? Di ba? Kayo marami. No, you're 8, no? Are you 8?
Yes.
They were 8. Yeah, they were 8.
Yeah. I also informed Vic Lorenzo. Is Vic still in? I don't know where he is now.
He's in
I
Vancouver
think in
now.
Vancouver.
He's in Vancouver. Yeah.
I also informed Gina, so I know no response yet. But Ceci, you have your Facebook account.
Yeah, I posted it now. I posted it. And
You
in
know,
Messenger. They know about it already.
Yeah. So mom studied in Holy Ghost because Lolo Saro wanted to move her away from my dad in UP. So I think so. Yeah, it was Tito Hoven, my mom said, who convinced her to study pharmacy in UP. Tito Hoven recommended that to Lolo Saro, but Lolo Saro always wanted mom to go to an all-girls school. But for some reason, he agreed, or mom went to UP, but only for him to eventually pull her out after a year or 2 years, and then she was moved to Holy Ghost around 19.
Oh,
roughly
she started in
52 to
UP.
54, and she graduated in 54. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so your classmates were already mentioning that she's a I didn't know she was a pharmacy graduate.
Yes.
How about Tita Kissing?
And she was, mom was number 11 in the pharmacy board exam because Lola Soro wanted her to be a doctor. So she was number 11, almost top of the
Wow.
plastic
pharmacy board exam. Yeah, even if she was not planning to become a doctor.
She never pursued medicine.
I don't think so.
I'm not aware she did. Yeah.
Wala,
She got married soon after graduation. Yeah.
Okay.
She got married by April. She got married in 54 after.
I think my mom or my dad was were one of the witnesses in the wedding. I don't know where they got married. Your mom has a book. She has a book that she wrote. Is that the book that I have?
Yes, the Dear Sony book. Yeah.
Yes, the Sony book. You still have some of those books around?
Dear Sony. Yeah.
Yes, in Woodside. Yeah, we have a copy. Yeah, in her home. Yeah, Ray can check. I think there's some.
So who was closest amongst the grandchildren to Tita Sony? Who was she closest to? The grandchildren.
Well, before she passed away, she was very happy that Ray and his wife Vina had a baby. So the baby brought a lot of joy to her in her last few months. Yeah,
Joy to her. Yeah, that's nice.
yeah.
Yes, I remember Ray showing off the baby during the Zoom when we had our Zoom reunion.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that Sancho is sleeping already. Vina. Yeah.
Dearest Mama Sol, today we celebrate your gift of life. We celebrate the fullness of your life, a life filled with purpose, a life that prepares one for eternal life. Thank you for sharing your gift of life with us. Today we celebrate the gathering of our family and friends. You are happiest when our family is together. Thank you, Mom, for giving life to our lives as He gave birth to the 8 of us and raised us to value family and friendship. Today we celebrate your love for God. God was at the center of your life and the core of your being, your reason for being. Thank you for sharing your love for God with us and making our lives more prayerful and meaningful. Today we celebrate your goodness. You embody and exemplify what is good, grounded on Christian values. You were our moral compass. Today we celebrate your generosity, your gift to us and to others of yourself, beyond what we can materially give. You dedicated your life in the service of others. Christian Family Movement, CFM, Marriage Encounter, Follow Parents, Sacred Heart Parish, the Family Life Ministry, Woodside Homes Community, and Lady Circle, Barangay Pisomari, Play a Village of the Woodcutter. Bago sila ng ipagapas, yung piso na kapalitan. Miriam National College, Labor of Science, Ateneo, Manila, and College of the Holy Ghost. Today we celebrate with gratitude. It is said that a grateful heart is a giving heart. And nothing would make you happier than seeing us pay forward for the benefit of others, since we can never pay you back. Thank you, Mom, for your gift of life, your love for God, your goodness, and your generosity of spirit. We will always remember your good heart, Christian spirit, and purpose-driven life. Thank you for being a loving mother, a loving grandmother, a loving wife to our Papa, Tito, whom we look forward to reuniting with in heaven. If we need any proof of God's love for us, it's you. Amen.
On behalf of the Sison family, we'd like to thank Father Rene of the founders of the Sison.
We'd also like to thank all our delegates and friends who joined us. And our Sison delegates and our joint delegates. We also have local delegates. On behalf of our family, DC, Again, Risha, Chona, Reyes, myself, and our sponsors. On behalf of my brother, Rudy Ordonez, I'd like to thank you for your work of comfort and for your prayers for Romy. Father Ryan said, her life I hope that it will be done. And that's why we celebrate for them. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for coming.
End na lang tayo. Tama ko. Dala ko sa
Okay.
Padala mo na. Dami ina.
Now unmute. This is a draft of the obit for mom. And if there are any errors or there are other things you want to add, you can please let me know. There's a chat below and you can add to the chat. I tried to and I'm trying to remember, you know, her life. It's 87 years long, and I tried to summarize it in one page. So bear with me with if I left out important details. Asuncion Sony Golding Ordonez Sison, born the 15th of August 1933, slipped away on March 12, 2021, after a 3-year fight with colon cancer. Now she's reunited with her husband, Cito, her son, Adrian, her daughter, Stella, her parents, Lazaro and Lolita, and her sister, Akisha Makabuhay. She's survived by her 6 children and their spouses, Luigi Sison and Mimi Huang Can, Maribel and Alan Dionisio, Patricia and Jeff Lagason, Chona and Rafi Ramirez, Iggy and Mu Sison, and Ray and Vina Geronimo Sison. She also leaves behind 14 grandchildren: Alyssa, Andy, Ingrid, Louie, Raf, Dav, Jika, Gia, Lisa, Johnny, Anna, Aya, Noah, and 3-month-old Sancho. She is survived by her brother, Rudy Ordonez. Sony grew up in Mexico, Pampanga, and graduated from St. Scholastic Academy in San Fernando, Pampanga, before moving to Metro Manila, where she attended college in UP Diliman and the College of the Holy Spirit, then called Holy Ghost College, where she completed pharmacy in 1954. At UP, she met Cito, the love of her life, and she joined the UP Social Catholic Action, UPSCA, and met its chaplain, Father John P. Delaney, SJ, who formed her lifelong advocacy for marriage and the active role of lay people in the church. After birthing 8 children in 11 years, when her youngest started school, Sony returned to school as well and pursued a master's degree in psychology in the Ateneo de Manila University, which she completed in 1977. For the next 20 years, she taught at Miriam College, where she served as head of the psychology department. When Sony turned 70 in 2003, she published her memoir, Dearest Sony, a 300-page book which was formed by her love letters with Cito. Sony had many social causes centered on family and community. She and Cito joined the Christian Family Movement in 1957, and many years later succeeded the founders, Antonio and Teresa Nieva, as president couple. Together with Father Ruben Tanseco, SJ, Sony and Cito introduced the marriage encounter in the Philippines. When Cito passed away in 1993, Sony co-started the Solo Parents Relationship Support Program for widows like her, widowers, and separated and divorced persons, and spouses of overseas workers. She was also active with the Sacred Heart Parish, the Family Life Ministry, Woodside Homes Community and Ladies Circle, Barangay Cristong Hari, the Parish Pastoral Council for Responsible Voting, and the lay affiliates of the Religious of the Good Shepherd and its Head Start program in Payatas, Bagong Silang. That's it.
Thank you, Luigi. Ray, do you want to share the image of the urn of Mommy? I think it's already on screen, but maybe you want to say something so those on speaker view can see the urn of Mommy on speaker view instead of gallery view. And Ray, Ray, can you just describe the urn and what's around the urn and the pictures there as well?
Okay, let me go nearer and help me out, Iggy, with some.
Okay.
Okay, this is the urn. This is a picture of Mommy here. Younger picture of Mommy.
This is the view.
I don't know exactly how old she is here. She must be.
Luigi, do you know?
Is this a picture of Mommy when you're born, Luigi?
In her 30s or early 40s.
I have a feeling 30s, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Ray.
Okay, then this is the most popular picture of Mommy and Papa at home. We have this big picture. And then this is the picture of Mommy during our wedding last year, 2020, February, where the priest mentioned in the homily that she looks like Gloria Romero. And painting of Anna, of Mami Sony, when she was probably in her 30s. Yeah.
Anna is the daughter of Chona. Yeah.
Can you show again the painting of Anna, please? I want to take a picture of it, Ray. Get down. Wow, that's beautiful. Just a second. I'll tell you when I'm done.
Ray, can you also please talk about the tilma of Our Lady of Guadalupe behind the urn of Mommy when she used it during her confinement?
Yeah, she would blanket herself every time with this tilma on top of herself, just like a typical blanket. And what else, Iggy?
Where did it come from, Ray? Do you know?
Yeah, this is from Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico.
Really?
I believe one of the first times that Mommy used it was when she suffered a stroke in August 2018. A month after she was diagnosed with colon cancer stage 3B, she suffered a stroke shortly thereafter that. So she would drape this tilma over her blanket, and she survived the stroke, and she actually overcame a lot of odds, even the odds of living after her diagnosis in mid-28. She was already stage 3B there, nearly 4. So this tilma was almost miraculous for her healing because she overcame a lot of odds. You know, her cancer progressed to stage 4 in October 2019, and again, for most people, they would have lasted only a few more months, but Mom lasted another 18 months after that diagnosis of stage 4. And as most of you know, Mom was also confined for COVID in the medical city nearly 2 weeks in August, September 2019. Her 2 caregivers were quarantined, so she was all alone in the hospital, well, with the nurse staff, but none of us were allowed to visit. No caregiver could stay with her. So Mama's faith in God and internal fortitude and this tilma really saved her, and she survived COVID until January this year. As we recall, Ray, I think that's the first time she felt pain, right? In January this year. She was free from pain for about 2.5 years.
Yes, that's right.
And around the week of January 10, towards the middle of January, that was the first time she started experiencing pain. So she was confined again in medical city for a little over a week in January. and she had about 7 different doctors, specialists attending to her in the medical city. And then a few days after she was discharged, she was back in the hospital, this time for pneumonia. So this was the first time that she became oxygen dependent. So she was in medical city for another 2 weeks. By the time she got home after that, so she spent altogether about 3 weeks in the hospital. So she had 2 nurses at home, which eventually became 3 nurses working 24/7. She was also supervised by doctors visiting with her or remotely supervising the nurses, even early morning. Also with the help of Alan, the husband of Maribel. And yeah, we had the oxygen tanks at home. So her main issue was already her respiratory strength, her breathing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You want to say anything else about the urn and yeah? And
Iggy, also I wanted to say that, mom chose not non-traditional way to be for her cancer. She didn't want to do chemotherapy or take or she wanted more holistic type medicine.
yeah,
You want to say more about that?
yeah, she tried targeted therapy only for 2 weeks in April 2020. 1 month into the quarantine last year, she tried targeted therapy, but after 2 weeks, she gave it up because of side effects. And as Luigi said, she resolved and decided that she would go the natural way. She gave it a chance for 2 weeks, but other than that, for over 2.5 years, she did not have any, chemo, and it was mostly natural. Yeah.
Yeah, if I may add, no, in the final days of mom when she could still speak, there's a time that I think she was very clear till the end. It's just that her speech started to go. So I entered her room once, and as much as I felt helpless, I tried to be helpful, and I was holding her hand. I was rubbing her arm to comfort her, and I asked her, "Mom, how do you feel?" And she did bat an eyelash and said, "I love you." So I thought she was just saying it just to say something nice. So I asked it 3 different times. How are you? Or how are you feeling? Or are you feeling any pain? She told me every time, "I love you, Ray. Pray every day." So I think it sums up the legacy that she wants to leave with us. Also in last year when she was more active, she would corner me and and we'll say the rosary and pray to Saint Joseph. And we did that every day. And it was intentionally instilling in all of us, especially with me, to pray every day. And I'm sure everyone who knows her, this is her legacy to all of us. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, to build on what Ray said, one of the prayers of Saint Joseph was a prayer for happy death.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know there was a prayer for happy death until Mom told us about it. In fact, if I have time, I'll share with you a recording of Mom praying that happy death. During the pandemic, I was able to record interviews with her about 9 or 10 times to bring her back to life. She's actually speaking, and it's an audio video recording. And so she prayed for happy death. So when Mom passed away before 2 p.m. on Friday, Friday is associated with the Sacred Heart, as parish priest of Sacred Heart told us last Friday, the day she died. Mom was a devotee of Sacred Heart because we grew up at the Sacred Heart Parish. She was a devotee of Saint Joseph in her years of illness because of the prayer for happy death. And she prayed the rosary every day, as Ray said. And when she passed away, Friday afternoon, we were praying the sorrowful mystery. So all of that combined that day, Sacred Heart, the novena of Saint Joseph, and the rosary. And Luigi, you want to talk about the prayer that you organized that morning, the prayer for the dying, because that's quite significant as well. Yeah.
So the morning that she died, we organized a 9-day novena for to prepare her for dying. The novena idea came from Tita Pichi, and so that morning of when she died, we had the first day of that novena, and during the entire time she was she looked like she was asleep. She was very unresponsive until the end when her brother Tito Rudy spoke, and suddenly she almost like she tried to talk back and tell him something, but we couldn't understand. After that novena rosary, she didn't move again until the afternoon when Iggy prayed the rosary with her. We thought that doing this novena prayer was to help to instill in her to help her. It's like the despedida, the letting go, and we wanted her to reassure her that we will be okay and she could go now, because we saw that she was struggling. She was trying to hang on to life, but she was also having a hard time. So we were hoping that the prayer would help her. And I think, I'm talking for my mom. I think that when she heard her brother's voice, I think she realized that we'll be okay. And that afternoon she passed away.
Yeah, after Tito Rudy spoke, as Luigi said, Mom moved about. She exerted every effort that she could to try to say something. And Tito Rudy said, it's okay, don't force yourself. But there was that movement about her, which we had not seen for a while. And she exerted all the energy she could to utter something. So that was significant. Okay.
Iggy, you think
Maribel,
she was
Tricia,
trying
you
to
want
say
to add anything? Yeah.
maybe mommy was trying to say goodbye at that time, even though the words were not clear, maybe.
Yeah.
And then when he heard Tito Rudy's voice, probably said, okay, maybe, I don't know.
We cannot see you, Tricia. Yeah. Do you want to say
Oh,
something?
you cannot hear me? Sorry, let's see. I thought I muted myself.
No,
Okay.
I heard Trisha, Iggy.
No, I mean the image, the picture. We cannot see her
Can I
face.
see your face?
Okay, cannot see
Oh,
her.
you can see my face? Okay, just a second. Okay, just a second. Let's see.
It's up to you what you want to. Okay. Do you want to say something
Can you
else
see me now?
before, and then Maribel or Chona
Yeah, here I
say
am.
something before we ask our friends, relatives to share a few words?
You mean say something about mommy? Is that what you're asking?
No, yeah, Iggy, I suggest because today we wanted to focus. Mom had, you see, from the mom had many aspects of her life,
Okay.
and today I wanted to focus on her life with CFM and
Okay.
with the solo parents.
Okay.
So
maybe
our
we
friends
can,
are here, so that
we can ask Tita Fely and Tita Ding, out of respect, because they've known mommy longest. If they wouldn't mind, either Tita Ding or Tita Fely might want to share about a few words about mom or what they'd like to say. Yeah.
Yeah, they know mommy before we were born. Most
Tita
of
Ding
us
and
were born.
Yeah, for those who don't know them, Tita Ding and Tita Fely are the are the only surviving members of Unit 1 of the CFM from Sacred Heart Parish, and so they have known my parents for over 50 years.
Definitely over.
Probably 60 plus.
Yes, Tita Fely. Tita Fely would like to speak. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm muted or not.
No,
Am
we
I
can hear
muted?
you, Tita Feli.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, good. Pepe is here beside me. Hi, Luigi.
Hi, Miss
sorry.
Minnesota.
I'm so sorry you weren't able to come home. You know, I know the feeling.
I envy you. I'm not a Philippine citizen, but you are, apparently.
Well, she's here. She's here beside me. Yeah. Okay, kids, this is what I want to say. When you were talking about Sonia wanting to say something to Rudy, I know what she wanted to say. She wanted to tell Rudy the same thing that she tells Ray. I love you.
Yes,
That's exactly like Sonia. Every time we finish a telephone call, she tells me, Fely, I love you. That's your mom. And I knew your mom even long before you were ever alive, because she was in the house of Miss Perez. And Miss Perez's house was only a few houses away from our house. And I knew all about her love story with Sito. And we have never stopped talking to each other. And that is my only regret, that I did not try to get in touch with her the last few weeks before she finally went. And now that I found out about her going ahead of us, at first I was a little resentful. How dare. I was not happy because I had not been able to talk to her before she left. But then in the long run, I figured out, hey, she's much happier with Sito. Who am I to be resentful about it? She's happy up there. That's why all of you kids don't ever look back and think of traumatic things about what happened before in the past. Think of your joy with him. That's all. Bye.
thanks, Tita Feli.
Ali.
Thank
you,
Tita
Tita.
Feli. The one that Tita Feli was referring to was the dorm where Mommy stayed in 1950 to 1952. So that was 70 plus years ago. Yeah. When Mommy was only 16, 17 years old. Just to put it in perspective in terms of timeline, 70 years ago. Thank you, Tita Feli. Tita Ding, would you like to say a few words about Tita Feli? Unit 1 was formed, I think, in 1957, was it? Around that time or earlier? Tita Ding?
Luigi.
Hi, Tita Ding.
Hi, Tita Ding.
Tony and your daddy was one of our dearest friend and companion at the CFM. Also, we went together on trips many times, and I'll never forget our companionship all the time. Thank you very much. I love you.
But Tita Ding, the last time I saw you was in the reunion of the College of Holy Spirit. You were class of 1947, the famous class of 47.
What year was that you saw her?
Maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
Tita Feli,
Yes.
classmate ba ng mami ko si Tito Sony, or are they in the same school? I don't know the real.
I think your mom was ahead of Mom Elix. Your mom was
Pero the same
our mom.
The same school.
I also came from Holy Ghost, but I am much older than Sonny.
Yeah. Tita, that will remain.
Really? Wow, you look young, Tita Fely.
Oh, thank you.
Already 90, are you over 90, Tita Fely?
I will be 93 in
Oh my
September.
God.
Wow.
Wow, you're 93. That's amazing. You really look young for 90, almost 93.
Oh,
Wow.
Chris, that's
Ang totoo, Tita Fely, you still look like
Force oil cream.
You put oil on your face, huh? I have to do that.
Thank you, Tita Fely. Tita Fely's secrets are playing the piano and writing, and her alertness sustains her.
Plus her sense of humor. She knows how to stay
humor,
happy.
her love for writing, and
laugh.
piano.
Yep.
Look, if I didn't have a sense of humor, I would have died a long time ago. I had 11 kids, which is way more than what Sony had.
ay magaling
I
ding
look
Alaska
old,
sa
they
ano.
live long.
Magaling mga Alaska sa Viber.
Yeah.
So
That relics.
Sony had a lot of things to tell me before, but towards the end, it was getting less and less, because before we used to, sort of cry on each other's shoulder and sort of vent on each other's shoulder. But I vented more than she did because she was always so
Wrong.
always tried to be so pacific about everything.
Yep, that's how she is. She won't talk about negative stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, do you know that I wrote a story about them, which came out in the Woman's Home Journal in 1975.
You have a copy of that you can give us a copy, Tita Fely?
Yes,
I want a copy.
Yes, I will. I'll do that because I changed their names, just to be safe, just like those detective stories in Tick Tick. I changed the names.
Oh,
But
yeah,
the
interesting.
story of how they got married, I think, Iggy, you know that article.
Yes, yeah. I haven't seen it for some time, but yeah.
Well,
if you have a copy, you can send it to Chona, then we can ask Chona, to email us a copy. Because I want to read it again. It's been a while.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
The other project of Tita Fely with Mommy was the book about CFM Unit 1, the 10 couples of CFM Unit 1, which was published, the L stories. So 10 couples, 10 families.
Hey,
what about that book that Luigi was talking about?
I got to read now.
This one, this is the book, Emily. It's a 300-page memoir.
Yeah, nice. Where can we get the copy?
Yeah, lots of love letters and
yes.
Yeah, it's hard for us to read this in one sitting. At least for me, I'll speak for myself. I get emotional while I read it, so I cannot read it in one go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just
Same thing with me, Iggy.
Is it still? You should republish it again.
Yeah, or maybe we'll digitize it or something. Yeah.
Right. Maybe we can make it into an ebook because it's out of print.
We can make it.
Yeah.
Can we ask
Yeah,
Luigi? Can we ask either Tita Inday Pronstroller or Tita Chit Almario, Tita Inday Kimpo, Tita Nenita? There are other contemporaries of Mommy that might want to say something. Tito Rene Pronstroller, yeah, as well.
Yes, please.
Tita Inday Kimpo.
Hi, Luigi.
Chit Almario. Yeah.
My crib partner.
Okay. Hi, I'm just playing around with the lap. This is a Chromebook, and it's
I don't know how to leave.
It's an ancient piece of equipment which is not responding. So anyway,
Don't leave.
Get her an iPad, Lori.
you better change your wig. It's turning white.
Even worse.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye. Hey, that's Becky over there. Hi, Emily. Hi, Becky.
You see, 1 year without the salon.
You see that? Okay, now I'm trying to leave. And Sonny maybe doesn't want me to leave. I can't get out.
Don't go.
How do you get out
When everybody here is so noisy, we can't hear each other.
Chromebook?
So bye-bye now. But I've been saying bye-bye for I don't know how long. Wait, I'm trying to leave.
Thank you, Tita.
Tita, we will organize another get together with the CFM Unit 1.
Yeah,
And then we can reminisce all our trips and also those funny meetings we had when I fought with some of the dads.
Oh, really?
I hope you remember. I have a story to tell, but we can reserve that for the CFM Unit 1. We can have another Zoom.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you have to tell us that, Luigi. I don't know about that one. You can share that with us.
I don't know that either.
Okay.
What the heck do you do?
Okay. Does anybody else from CFM want to share anything about Mom? Tita Inday, Tita
Maybe
Chit.
Chit first. Chit Almario, please.
Yeah, please, Chit, you can make cuento about also the solo parents.
So parents, yeah, that Mom joined after 1993.
Tita Chit, you can take out, unmute, Tita Chit.
Di pa pala.
Ayan,
ano?
Tita Chit, you're
You
now
can hear
unmuted.
me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Well,
your mom was active in NAMFREL, I remember. And she was also instrumental in setting up the solo parents encounter. Maybe it's because of her experience in marriage encounter, which she and your dad introduced in the Philippines. You know, she was such an asset to the solo parents that I still can't get over the fact that she's gone. You know, without missing a beat, although I know that she was still grieving, she immediately threw herself into the solo parents advocacy because she realized that we were only a handful. In 1995, she organized the second convention, national convention for the solo parents, where she invited the late President Cory Aquino to be our keynote speaker. We would go around the Philippines. We were in Cebu, Batangas, Zamboanga, Baguio, Pangasinan, to organize the solo parent units. So she was very active. We were also together when we formed the lay affiliates of the Good Shepherd to help the Good Shepherd nuns in their apostolate. At that time, when the OFWs were still in the limelight, we would give orientation talks to these prospective OFWs before they would leave for abroad. So that was it. We were practically together, NAMFREL, and then we formed the Kabatid, Kababaihang Tumataguyod sa Demokrasya. So I guess we were together when she became a solo parent. She was very, very active in the apostolate. So it really grieves me. I can't imagine how I would go on with this advocacy without her. I loved her so much.
Yeah, Tita, you were like sisters to each other. I saw the two of you together a lot when I visited my mom.
Thank you, Tita Chit.
That's right.
Chit, may I ask you, what was she like when you had these workshops? How did she conduct herself in the workshops?
Well, she was really a professional. Remember, she was a professor. But you know that she really put her heart into it. It was really her passion. It came naturally to her. I remember when you know, this is funny. The late Romy Putong was with us also in Solo Parents. And sometimes Romy's jokes were a little off color. And immediately she would look at Sonny and Romy Putong would say, "Hail Mary, full of grace," because he knew that your mom would be shaking her head. That was quite funny. And what else? She was fun to be with. She also loved to sing. When we would be in the van and we would go to, let's say, Bulacan, we would be singing oldies but goodies. And I know that she enjoys singing. But that's it. Whenever there would be a joke that's off-colored, you know, during the time of Romy Putong, she would shake her head and then Romy would say, "Hail Mary, full of grace," while looking at your mom.
Now, Tita Chit, the other part of you, both you and my mom, that I saw at least a little glimpse also, that you were both also very good managers and organizers. Do you want to talk about that aspect of my mom and as a co-organizer? Because not only were you charismatic and fun-loving, but you both of you were very able organizers
and leaders.
Can you talk
Thank
about
you,
that about my mom?
Tricia.
Yep.
You know, we were so involved with the Good Shepherd sisters that we helped organize the Head Start for preschool kids in Bagong Silangan, what they call the scavengers area. And she would always come up with ideas to help uplift the people of Bagong Silangan. I know that she had so many ideas, and it's just that she was not just good with thinking about ways to help people, but she also, let's say, she walked the talk. She walked the talk. And her faith, oh my God, her faith is so deep. We were all touched by her faith. And, you know, I really think that your mom was God sent to me, because in a way she also helped to strengthen my faith. Her faith rubbed off on me. I loved her. I don't know how I can get on without her.
But Tita Chit, you will. You know.
I
She
know.
will always be with you. Just as she will always be with us.
In spirit. She'll be with us in spirit. Or she is with us in spirit. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the two of you spent a lot of time, Tita Chit, you know, together. Traveling and doing all those ministries together. You said Tita Chit, you said NANFREL. Can you tell us briefly what's that NANFREL you and my mom were involved in? What does that stand for? Or what is that?
national movement for good election, I think.
Free and honest elections. Yeah.
Free and honest elections.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Okay, so you're both
And
involved in that.
I also remember during the protest rallies, we would go to Quiapo, Plaza Miranda. We would be there together with the late Tita Deti Alagar Pascual, and we also went to Congress for the first quarter storm. I remember that. That's how maybe deep our love for our country. Together, of course, with, your mom is one of a kind. Deeply spiritual. She loved the country so much. So she was involved in all of these activities, like the Namfrel, the Kabatid, and other stuff.
Wow.
Are those still around this time today? Those organizations?
Oh, yes, of course, the lay affiliates of the Good Shepherd. And CFM Solo Parents is still alive and kicking.
About the Namfrel?
And Kapatid.
No more. Namfrel
That's what you need now.
Yes, but leave that to the younger ones because we have done our part.
Tita Chit, speaking of the Good Shepherds, I recall Mom was involved in Stop the Trafficking of Filipinas.
Yes.
Stop the Trafficking of Filipinas, STOP.
Yes.
Wasn't that with the Good Shepherds also?
With the Good Shepherd nuns.
Yeah, I just remember that STOP. Stop the Trafficking of Filipinas.
Of Filipina women.
Of Filipina women, yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then the payatas, for your information and everyone here, we chose to because some people are sending us flowers, so we're sharing an appeal with others that in lieu of flowers, to donate to the Head Start program of the Good Shepherd. So we got in touch with Sister Tarsila yesterday, and the other sisters and of the Good Shepherd. So we're sharing more information about the Head Start program in Bagong Silangan, Payatas, that Tita Chit was referring to. Because Mom was very active in that, even as recent end of last year. Yeah.
That's a great idea, Iggy.
Yes, I sent it to Sister Tars already. Sister Tars was very happy when I sent her the note about donating to Head Start program. We'll share it with everybody. Yeah. Thank you, Tita Chit. Really appreciate your thoughts.
My pleasure.
And one other thing, just so you know, there were times when you were ill and Mom would tell us to pray for you.
Oh yes, that's right. When
she would just say, pray for Tita Chit. She's sick. Yeah,
Yeah, when I had issues with my heart. Yeah.
Yeah, she would tell us to pray for you. Remember that. Thank you.
Thank you. You know that both of us have pacemakers, we are so similar in so many aspects.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Now you know.
Yes.
Yeah, now we know. Yeah. Yeah, you've been close sister of my mom.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tita Chit.
Thank you, Tita Chit. Yeah. Can we ask request also? Yes, Tita Chit, you want to say something?
No, I said you're most welcome, my dears.
Oh, thank you, Tita.
Yes.
About Tita Inday Pronstroller, Tito Rene, Tita Inday Kimpo, Tita Nenita, and we also have Mr. and Mrs. Kuwa and Kam, of the CFM. Whoever would like to share. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Inday.
Tita Inday, Tita Rene.
Hello. It's hard to talk about your mom without also your dad. Memories that we have are always, both of them. It's really sad after your dad was gone. But the pleasant memories about your mom and your dad was really the last marriage encounter we gave in Iligan.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the revival of the Calvo marriage encounter in that area. And we really enjoyed each other, and your mom and dad really were at their very, very fabulous or stage
top-
that you could
top form.
see them shining, shining, and while sharing their thoughts and their adventures or their experiences, your mom's face was glowing, and also with your dad. Those were the very memorable moments that we have with both of your mom and dad. And later on, our experiences with, the foundation, doing things for the fundraising for CFM, and your mom is always there, being very supportive of CFM.
Okay, my turn. He's looking at me, meaning it's my turn. Your dad and mom, Sito and Sonny, were always role models for us because one of the greatest gifts of God to us when we got married was the invitation to join the Christian family movement. At that time, your dad and mom were already active. I think their unit was formed in 1966 because CFM is 65 years old in the Philippines. We were married in 1964, so they were a few years ahead of us, but they were really role models in giving family and life talks, and then later in the marriage encounter. Of course, I remember clearly how wonderful it was to attend their silver wedding anniversary. Probably Nenita would remember how Sito serenaded Sony because he said he wanted to sing at their wedding, but it was not yet permissible because he had not prepared for it. But at the silver wedding anniversary, he said, well, anyway, I'm paying for all of your dinner, so I have the right to sing whether you like it or not.
Really? He said that, huh? I don't remember him saying those words. Wow.
I do remember very clearly because I still look forward to your Tito Rene singing for me at our diamond anniversary. If we get there.
What is diamond? How many years is diamond? 40 or 45?
Well, in the list of Hallmark, it's 75, but in the Philippines, we do it at 60 because rarely does anybody get to 75.
That's right. Wow, even going 60, not too many reach 60 years of marriage. Wow.
Well,
okay.
Blessed to have reached 57. So we've been in the CFM for 57 years. And to us, CFM is Sito and Sony Sison. Without Sito and Sony, there's no CFM for us.
Wow, that's amazing.
So it's really nice if your Tito Rene is a golfer. If he has golf buddies, I have a party buddy, and that would be your mom. Every time there was an affair in CFM after your dad passed away, she was always very nice in asking me if she could ride with us. Always so cautiously asking if she could ride with us. I'd say, Sony, of course, we'll fetch you, we'll bring you with us, and we'll take you home.
Pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be with her.
So I think Tricia would remember that the last time we were out together.
That's right.
Yeah, we fetched
last
you
year.
Mom,
last year.
We had lunch at a mall in the Capitol Commons. Then we went to the silver wedding anniversary of Dexter and Jessica Yu's Holy Mass. And then
that was a fun wedding.
Yeah, that was fun. Oh, I can see the pride and joy of Sony, that little Sacho. There he
Oh,
is. Oh,
you can see him, huh?
cute. Hi,
Okay.
Bina. There. I'm so happy that he came into your lives, because he gave so much joy to Sony. Ayan.
Prolonged her life.
Uh-huh. I
She
guess
enjoyed
you guys know that where's Ray? Ray and our eldest Jerry were best friends since prep to high school in the Ateneo. So sabi ni Jerry, it's funny, Jerry and I were talking last Friday at about 11 o'clock in the morning, and he was asking me about Sony. And I said,
wow,
pray for Sony because she's not so well. I said, please pray for her. And he was so happy to hear that Ray and Vina have gotten married. They have a little baby. So nice. Life really goes on. We've been together for so long. Just like my husband often says in CFM, we go beyond blood. We are more than relatives. We are family. We are really, really very good friends. And as I was saying, every time there'd be an affair, whether it is a dinner party, an anniversary, a birthday, even a wake, Sony would call me and ask me so very nicely, Inday, can I ride with you? Of course you can ride. And that was how it was up to the end. So a couple of weeks ago, Chona texted me that her mom was not comfortable. So I took out a prayer book that Sony gave me many years ago. And there's a prayer there for her. So I think I read it and passed it on to you kids. And I'm happy that it brought a smile to Sony's lips. That she knows that we love her and will always love her and love you kids because you have also been a part of our lives.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tita.
Thank you,
Your mom and
Inday.
dad.
We love you too. We love you too.
Happiness or happiness, right? Your family sadness is also a sadness. So it goes beyond blood, the relationship in CFM,
Thank you.
This is a little bit of a footnote that the room where mom passed away was designed by Tito Rene. Love that room with the bathroom. Oh my gosh, that was a very nice part of the house.
Yeah, I just drew it and constructed it, but everything was done in your mom's specification. This is what I want. This is what I need. So that's it.
Because when she was having difficulty going up and down the stairs, she asked me, Inday, is it a good idea? I said, yes, Rene would want you to move downstairs, have your room there, and he can prepare a nice bathroom for you. She said, is your bathroom nice? I said, yes. She said, can you send me a picture? So I sent her a picture of her bathroom. And she said, yes, I want it just like that.
She was smart to do that. Ask for a picture of your bathroom to see how it will look for her. That is smart. I didn't know she did that.
We know what your bathroom looks like.
So that's the replica. When I design things, I really make, the bathroom the most comfortable place in the house.
Why do you stay there longest? It's
Don't
a
we
typical
all?
male. A typical male.
Thank you.
Thank you. So now, can we ask Tita Nenita Mendoza to say something, and Tito, if you want to say something? You unmute yourself, Tita Nenita. Unmute yourself.
Oh, I'm
There you
mute.
go. Yeah. Now, okay. Now repeat what you just said that we didn't hear you a while ago.
Hi, Tita Nenita.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. So repeat what you just said.
First of all, I would like to extend our Romy, click on tree.
Hi, Tito Romy, Tita Nenita.
Tito Romy. It's God.
Go ahead, Tita Nenita. He'll still follow.
Condolences, to the whole family. That includes Luigi. Nice to see you, Luigi.
Thank
Maribel,
you.
Patricia, Luigi, Ray, and Chona. Nice
And
to see all
Iggy.
of you. Meet sometime.
And Iggy.
This is
Iggy
Patricia.
too. And
Thank you
Iggy
po.
too.
Iggy.
Yeah, thank you.
Buksan ko ba ito?
Hindi na. And also, actually, we don't belong to Unit 1.
Unit 3 tayo.
We belong to Unit 3. But Sony and Sito are really part of our family here in Sacred Heart Parish. And we have been with them, and Sony has been very supportive. When we were new members, she really took care of our Unit 3. And Unit 3, it's nice to see all of you also. It's been some time we have not seen each other. So Romy, say something.
Sino ba ito?
This is Patricia.
Patricia, our condolence to the whole family.
And then Unit.
Luigi is here too. And all my brothers sisters are also here.
Thank you, Tito Romy. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sino ito?
Iggy.
Iggy.
I had to tell him who you are.
And Chona. Chona then. Yeah.
Chona? Chona,
yeah,
Maribel.
Maribel and Trisha.
Maribel, hey. Hi, Chona.
And Ray. And Ray.
And the whole family, we are praying for your mom, Sonia, and also for your dad, and also for Adrian and Stella.
Thank you so much, Tita.
They're all in heaven praying for us, Patricia.
Yes, that's right. They're praying for us.
Okay. Let's pray for each other so this pandemic will end and we will all be together again. We can see each other sometime. Okay?
Yes po, we'll do that. Thank
Luigi,
you po.
Luigi. Puti ng buhok. Luigi, ha?
Si
Puti.
Luigi ba ito? Si Luigi?
Luigi.
No, I want to be like Tito Romy, para pogi, katulad ni Tito Romy.
I didn't recognize you, Luigi.
No, katulad mo, Tito Romy, ganito, pareho pa tayo. Wow. No, but Tito Romy and Tita, we were together in Sacred Heart Parish. We were very active in many
Of course.
different communities.
We
did.
With all our children, Adele, Chinky, Junjun, Ichai, Lola, and Antoinette.
I am now
the children.
I am now 88 last February, first week of February.
Wow. Double 8. Lucky number, Tito Romy. Double 8.
Double 8, yes.
Double
Ikaw naman, Tito, double 6.
I'm 86. I'm
No,
86.
Ikaw 86, ako 66.
Oh, good. Good.
This year, Tito, on my birthday, the day after my birthday, I outlived my dad. He passed away one day after his 66th birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Baka I will not reach it. But now I did. So I'm okay.
Yeah, you'll be okay. All of you will be okay.
Now I want to reach the age of Tito Romy, 88.
And your mom is 88.
You know,
Tito Romy, 88.
you know, before your dad died, he went to office maybe 1 month or 2 months before.
Yeah.
He went to my law office.
Talaga, why?
Well, I forgot what he was consulting me because he always sees me in my office.
Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, when I was growing up, I remember Tito Romy never lost a case. Tama ba yan? Nung umalis ako, never lost a case.
Also your mom, I handled cases for her.
Yeah. So if you wanted a winning lawyer, it's Tito Romy.
Maybe Papa consulted Tito Romy about MWSS. The stuff at that time.
Baka raw MWSS. Kinonsulta niya. Most probably he said.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so
who wants to go next?
Continue
Thank you,
praying
Tita.
for each other. And
Thank you, Tita Nenita, Tito Romy. We pray for you too and your health.
Yes, thank you. And I'll be with you again tomorrow on the 3rd day. Oh, 4th day, right? Tomorrow.
Okay.
3rd.
Tomorrow will be day 4.
No, day 3. Day 3. Today's day 2.
No, no.
Tomorrow's day 3.
Tricia, we're talking about Philippine time. It's day 3 today, day 4 tomorrow. Philippine time.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
most of us are in Manila. So, yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Day 4. Okay?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye,
you.
Tita,
Tita.
Tito.
Thank you. Thank you,
po,
Tita.
Tita
Thank you,
Romy.
Tita.
You want to hear some more stories?
Yes, more stories.
well, let's find out first if someone else wants to share first, and then we'll go back to your story. Let's find out. Is there other CFM people here who wants to share something?
No more na.
I think the CFM
Oh, they left?
went to
Yeah,
lunch.
yeah.
Okay, if they're gone, you can, Tita Inday.
Okay. I just wanted to say that yesterday I was happy to join you for Mass because I was able to see how the next generation was joining us. Your children and Makabuhay children and the children of Rudy and Peachy. Because what you do not know is that your mom and I were neighbors in Cubao.
Oh.
Really?
In Denver.
She grew up on
Denver.
Where was she? Denver Street?
Denver Street.
Yes.
Okay.
Was that before she got married? Before she got
in
married?
Denver. I grew up on New York.
Oh.
In Cubao, they meet each other. I don't know about the US.
So you knew my mom before she married our father? You knew her?
No, she was a generation ahead because my brother, who knew Ekis very well, Ekis was a couple of years older than my brother, and you know these young boys who were playing basketball in Cubao. It was Ekis who taught them how to dance. They were ready to go to dance.
Wow.
So it was Ekis who taught them how to dance. And since I was younger, I was just an onlooker. But later on, after we joined CFM, Ekis and Danny's path crossed with us also because they were also with CFM, Unit 2, Immaculate Conception. We were with Unit 3, Immaculate Conception. So we knew Ekis and Danny also. It was nice to see their son yesterday join us. And then much later, Rudy and Peachy joined our CFM unit. So you see, our lives really revolve around the Christian family movement. So up to this day, a few years ago when I was in the States, I was able to text Peachy just to say hello and to Rudy also. I have lost touch with their kids here, Ria and the other girl, but I know they're all right because you cousins take good care of them, don't you? Very obviously, yes.
They were online tonight and yesterday, Tita. You didn't see them online? Yeah, they were. They were with us online on the Mass last night. Yeah.
Very
But,
good.
so they'll probably join us again, you know. You didn't see them. Wow, I did not know you knew Tita Kising. We call her Kising. Ekis, we call her Tita Kising.
Yeah, she
and
was.
I didn't know they joined CFM. I didn't know that till today.
Oh, they were with Immaculate Conception Unit 2.
Oh, okay.
Also, Tito Rudy was in CFM.
Pardon?
Really? I didn't know that either.
He was also with CFM.
Oh, they were all with CFM. It's in our blood.
Right.
Well, my mom probably convinced her brother and sister to both join. I'm sure.
I think they came voluntary. Don't worry.
Because I never heard when we were growing up that they were in CSM. I didn't know until today that they joined CFM. I never knew that.
They were with
Maybe
us.
they quit when they went to Blue Ridge. They probably were not in CFM.
No. In fact, when Rudy and Peachy were in Blue Ridge, that's when they joined our unit.
That's right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's when they joined us. Because they used to be with Blue Ridge unit. But I don't know what happened to it. They joined us.
Wow. Yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah. And Rudy, of course, was a very good friend of my brother. I have only one brother, Toto. So he and Rudy are very good friends. So Toto learned to dance from Ekis. See? Naka-Ekis na tayo.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I didn't know she liked to dance.
When I joined Insular Life, I was very happy that your mom was very supportive of me. When we started having investment-linked insurances, she was one of the first persons I approached. And she immediately told me it's such a nice plan. She was very supportive of me and everything went well, very well. So now I'm happy that Chona is with me. Hi. Chona is with me. Shy Chona is with me. Shy Chona is in sales. But we don't have to sell anything. I tell her we just have to tell our story.
Right.
Very good. And I know your family has been very supportive of us. And it's really nice because, as I said earlier, we go beyond blood. Diba,
Right.
Chit? Oo.
Yeah.
I did not know
All
Chit
the
until, I did not know Chit until after Romy passed away. Romy was the policy holder of one of my team also. So that's how I met her. And what a beautiful friendship we have built together. I am called the illegal recruiter of the solo parents, by the way.
That's true. That's true. Just been recruiting so many to the fold.
Because
The thing there is we follow all the careers of their children, like the careers of Chit's daughters. Wow, it's really amazing. They follow, and also you guys, we follow your career. You know, we ask your mom every time. Oh, how is Luigi doing? How is Chona doing? How is Patricia doing? You know, our families are interrelated in such a way that we ask. And the happiness of your mom when he tells stories about you guys, it makes us very happy, you know? Especially when Luigi got married.
So we're now kind of related because
yes, and we're related. Yes, you have to explain how we are related by marriage.
Because Mimi's youngest brother, Franny, is the husband of my niece.
Yes.
Tracy.
Wow.
Grace is my niece.
We're related.
Remember Grace Baisas?
Related talaga.
Related talaga.
Remember my cousin Grace Baisas? She was the one who gave the self-encounter the first time, and she has met with us a few times, but she's a reluctant member of the solo parents group. Grace Baisas. Her daughter, only daughter, Tracy, is married to Francis, the youngest brother of Mimi.
And they now live in Missouri.
Right, in Missouri.
Also with Granny. Granny goes to live with, doesn't Granny stay with them?
No, she's here now. She's stranded here. She wants
Okay.
very much to visit, but she's not allowed to travel yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so intertwined. What can we do?
Intertwined.
Only Mo who's not
We're
yet
one big happy family.
Yeah. Okay, so I think you're going off to have your lunch now. Well, I don't know
Yes.
what time it is in. Are you in San Francisco?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
And it's
so
past
it's now 8 o'clock in the evening. That's not so bad.
For me, it's 10:22 in the evening in Minnesota.
10:20 in
Wow.
The sun never shines.
Sun never shines? Where?
Never
Where
shines.
does the sun never shine?
Minnesota.
Oh, no. Actually, we had sunshine today and it reached 60 degrees today, which is unusually warm.
See, that's news for them. Here, the
Yeah, we had a lot of
shines
sun this week. We had a lot of sun this week.
They remember, they know centigrade, not Fahrenheit.
Oh, ours is Fahrenheit.
So they will not
60
understand
degrees
what
Fahrenheit.
Iggy, your two boys are in Canada?
Yes, Tita and Inday, they're both in Vancouver. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they were
Both
on the
watching
call earlier. Both of them, yeah. I think,
Nice.
they joined us during the mass.
Yeah, they were on the call last night too. I saw them both last night.
Yes.
Also.
My children were also on the call earlier. My daughter is in Minnesota and my son is in Denver.
Is he moving to California soon, Luigi? Andy?
And he's moving to California soon.
Yeah.
When?
Does anybody else want to share? Let's give some time to the others who would like to share. About mom, if you want to have lunch, you can munch something. But
or any more CFM sharing, you know, we can. Or maybe I just want as a footnote, you know, for the on behalf of the CFM children. You know, it was we were very lucky. We also grew up together. You know, and many of us are here. You know, I'm looking at here people who are here like June Mendoza. You know, I knew him when we were still kids. The Santillans, the the Roccos, and what is ironic is that although we grew up together, we none of us married each other.
Maybe because we thought each other's friends.
No, because we treated each other like brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters.
You don't marry your
And
sister.
that's why.
Your brother.
So that was the and that's how it happened.
But there were crashes. We had crash on some of them, and vice versa.
Correction. Bartolome, Gigo married Gigo married Arastia.
Oh, he did.
That's an exception.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's the only
an
one.
exception.
Oh my God.
That's the only one.
Who married Arastia? Who was it?
Gigo Bartolome married Gia Arastia.
Yeah.
Really?
Arastia,
That's one couple.
Yeah, but they were CFM Unit 1. They were not CFM Unit 1.
Not just Unit 1. Yeah.
That's just
And we were a lot, we were like, how many were we? Like 80 kids, something like that. It was a big group.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most of the parents have 8 to 10 children.
80 kids,
Fely
yeah.
Reyes had what? 12, 13 children?
Yeah,
Fely
thanks to
Reyes.
Tita Fely, 11.
Yeah, 11.
Right.
And most of us had 8 kids in the family.
7 or 8, yeah.
Yeah. Rocco had 8. We had 8. A lot had 8.
Had 6 or 8. Yeah.
Here's some flowers.
Oh, Tito Rudy is here. Ask Tito Rudy if he wants to say something about mommy. Tito Rudy, you want to say something about mommy?
Tonight we will talk about CFM.
Oh, CFM? Oh, okay. Okay.
Here are flowers from Vice President Robredo.
Is that from VP Lenny?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. How nice of her to send a flower.
Let's see. Which one is it? The one you're holding now? What kind is it? Orchid? Is it orchid?
Wait, can you let Ray show the card, Tricia? Just let him.
To the family of Sony Sison, my deepest condolences. Lenny. Wow.
Yeah, when VP Lenny became vice president in 2016, Mommy gave VP Lenny a book about poverty. She wrote a dedication to VP Lenny. And since she was my classmate in UP, she asked me to carry that book to VP Lenny during one of our dinners. So I have a picture with VP Lenny with that book that Mommy gave her. And then about a year or so after that, Mommy eventually met with VP Lenny in one of social functions she attended. I think it was a golden anniversary of a couple that was a mutual friend of VP Lenny and Mommy. So they met, soon after that. But she gave her that book. So it was nice of her to reach out.
Mommy wrote that book? Mommy wrote that book?
No, she didn't write that book. She wrote a dedication. Yeah, it was written by somebody else. It was about poverty. Yeah.
Well, Emily C is here. See if she wants to say something. Emily C. You want to say something, Emily C, on behalf of your parents?
Well, I remember their mom and dad. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I used to look up to them. I mean, for me, they were like the glamorous couple of the CFM Unit 1. I mean, Tito Sonny was so pretty, and of course, Tito Cito, tall and handsome. So I was so happy. Yeah. That the reason how we got into the CFM Unit 1 was because of Dad was enrolling Robbie in Ateneo. And SIY was right behind SISON.
Right.
That's right.
Yes. Did you know that,
and Luigi?
Yes, that's
yes.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Robbie and I were classmates from prep.
Yeah, so it was fate.
Oh,
it was fate.
from
If it wasn't
prep.
for Ateneo, we probably would not have been in CFM, or maybe we would have, because we were very active in Sacred Heart too. But that was the catalyst, was the enrolling at Ateneo.
That's how they met my parents, huh? Wow.
Yes.
And then joined CFM after that. I never knew that. That's amazing.
I know.
So are you older than Robbie, Emily? Are you the
I'm
first
the eldest.
child?
I'm the
Okay,
first
that's what I
one.
thought.
Yeah.
And Robbie is
Yeah.
next. Okay. But
No,
you look
Jojo
young.
and then Rob. Yeah.
You look younger than Robbie.
Thank you, but it's because of the hair dye. Otherwise, my hair is whiter than Luigi's.
Oh, really? Wow,
Oh,
you dyed
yes.
it really well.
Yes.
You did well in dyeing it.
I know that's it. It's expensive, but I won't give it up.
Right. Tita Chit, we've known her brother Robbie and I were batchmates since prep, 1960.
I know, like that.
It goes
Even
back.
high school? Even high school, huh?
Then
All
in
the
high
way to
school,
high
we were
school.
classmates also in high school. And then
Wow.
after college, I came to the States and Robbie came to the States, and we were together. We lived together in Washington, D.C.
Really?
And his wife, Nina, is the ninang of my daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They were our, our paths had crossed several times.
So are they still in Washington, D.C.?
No, they went back to
Rob's in
Robbie
Manila.
went back to the Philippines to work with ADB. He's now retired, but he is the transportation expert. He's trying to convince the Philippine government on how to solve the transportation problems in the Philippines, but they don't really listen to him because they have this vested interest. He's the one who talked about, he was trying to convince her about having dedicated lanes for buses.
For buses. Now he's
Urban-
trying the bike lane.
And also bike
It's
lanes.
working. Yeah.
Now it's working because of COVID. There's no more
Yes,
space.
exactly. Yeah.
But Robbie has been an advocate of transportation for many, many years.
Yeah, we need that over there.
Yeah, we do.
Emily, are you in Manila too now?
No, I'm in California actually, Trisha.
Oh, so you're close to where Luigi is. Okay. I'm in Minnesota.
Yeah, well, up north, I'm south.
No, you're right.
SoCal, I'm SoCal.
You're like saying that, you're in Davao and I'm in Manila. We must be close.
Yes.
Well, I didn't know. Well, you're
Yeah.
closer because I'm in Minnesota. I'm in the Midwest. So I'm farther than you. But you're closer to Luigi. Yeah. That's what I meant.
I'll
Wow.
visit, Emily, I'll visit you sometime. I promise. Let's get
So you're
together.
south.
When I visit LA, I'll visit you.
Oh, I see. You're closer to LA, San Diego, Emily? San Diego or LA? Oh, you muted yourself.
Anyway, yeah.
I want to
Let
ask
me
Tita
know
Chit.
when you're
I want to
coming.
ask Tita Chit something after Emily
After
says
COVID.
something.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Iggy.
Yeah, Tita Chit, did my mom say anything or confide in you after? Because she lost a number of friends in the last 6 months. One of them was Sister Mary James Wilson of the Good Shepherd.
Yes.
Who actually wrote the foreword of her autobiography. She was very close to Sister Mary James Wilson.
Very close.
And then Father Ruben Tanseco also passed away around October last year. And then Father Gabriel Calvo last January, the founder of Marriage Encounter. And then eventually Mom. So we have a photo of Father Calvo with Father Ruben Tanseco, with our Papa and Mom, and the three out of those four within 6 months of each other. I just wonder if she shared anything with you about Sister Mary James or Father Ruben or anything.
Well, she and Sister James were really very close, and it was a coincidence that both of them had cancer. But your mom was optimistic, and Sister Mary James was also optimistic. I guess it's because of
their faith,
their deep spirituality, their faith. Your mom never complained, never. Whenever I would ask her how she is, she'd say, I'm fine, except that, I don't have any appetite. So I would tell her, you force yourself to eat in order to gain strength. Okay, I'll do that. And then she would tell me, please pray for me. Of course, Sonny, I always pray for you.
And Tita, didn't they also have the same birthday?
Yes, August
That's what I
15.
thought.
Sister
Yeah.
James told me
August
that. Your mom and I have the same birthday.
Yeah. And Sister Mary James is the one who wrote the foreword of Mommy's book. Yeah, so that's how close they were.
They were very close.
I was very fortunate to meet Sister James when I visited the Philippines. When I would visit, I would ask Mom, take me to one of your projects or whatever. And she took me to Payatas to meet Sister James.
Payatas, Head Start. The Head
Yes,
Start.
and I went to Head Start and I saw the program. very impressive. And we went to visit the families in the in the housing around the Head Start, and then we went to the little factories they were trying to develop. It was very impressive. Yeah. So I encourage everyone to give to Head Start.
And do you know that the kids in Head Start eventually became, lawyers, accountants?
Oh, nice.
Yes, so they were able to improve the lives of their families.
Right.
And
so
that's good. Yeah.
So what I understand about Head Start was it was a program for the little ones. So when during the week when the parents had to work, they could have the kids in it's like daycare, but it was more than
a daycare.
Daycare, but with formation.
With formation, with values, and they were taught prayers.
Right. And I understand on weekends, when the parents could come, they would also have workshops for the parents to teach them how to have good family lives so they could take care of the kids. So it's kind of like a nice holistic program of both the children and their parents.
And they were the ones who evangelized their neighbors.
For their neighbors in Payatas.
In Payatas, yes.
Right.
To think that those were all scavengers.
Correct. If those of you who don't know, we know about the Smoky Mountain in Tondo. The Payatas was the Smoky Pit. It was huge.
Where's Payatas located?
It's in Novaliches.
Marikina?
Novaliches.
Oh, Novaliches.
Yeah,
so
almost.
It's slum area in Novaliches? Oh, I didn't know that.
It's the dumping, it's the garbage dump.
Commonwealth. It's near Commonwealth Avenue, and then you go down.
Okay.
That's where it is. It's almost near the river.
Oh, wow.
So that's that, and it was very touching to be part of that, to experience that with my mom and with Sister James, and we spent time together. It was very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Tita Chit. So we are in touch with Sister Tars Abano and Sister Lydia Ebora, the former president of St. Bridget, who we understand is running Head Start now, according to Sister Tars. Okay.
That's a very good legacy.
Yeah.
What your family is doing.
Yes.
Help the Head Start.
Well, instead of having flowers, it's better to donate to where money is needed, like to them,
Yeah.
That's true.
Etc. Apostles of mommy. So.
Okay. So we will see you again tomorrow or the day after. We'll circulate the masses from day 4 to day 9. So thank you for joining us today with the mass with Monsignor Manny Gabriel and this sharing about mom, which our family appreciates.
About Rudy, I haven't heard from Rudy. He's there.
Rudy.
Hi, Rudy. My neighbor in Blue Ridge.
Yeah.
Really?
You live in Blue Ridge?
Of course.
Up to now? Up to now, you're in Blue Ridge?
No.
Before you were,
But before, we were neighbors in Blue Ridge. And I think it was their unit that helped us form our unit, if I'm not mistaken, because their unit was ahead of our unit.
That's right. Blue Ridge B, and you're in Blue Ridge A, right?
A, Rudy.
Yeah, okay. But in Burbank, in your nice place, that was the last time I saw you and your 2 daughters.
Yeah,
in
during
Burbank,
my birthday, we invited you. Yeah.
And I think your daughter went to Australia after that, right? And she's back in the Philippines now.
They're all back. Yes, they're here.
And Inday and Rene, last time I saw you was we had breakfast in, I think, when I visited, let me see, in Green Hills with Sila Piping Sison. That was the last time I saw you. And it's good to see you tonight. And thank you very much for attending this meaningful exchange and in honor of my sister, whom we love very much. listening to you, I began to see that side of Sony because she's very quiet and humble, as you know. That she started and led quite a lot of significant projects, basically
right.
socially and religiously oriented,
Well, also charity.
Yes. Now, I just want to share that she was the one who converted me to become a Catholic at age 4.
Age
She
4?
started, yeah.
Did you understand at
What
age
I
4?
meant is she was an evangelist in Mexico, and I was one of those.
She evangelized.
Practically brought to church, held my hand, we went to church, and after that she taught me catechism. So that's how she started early.
She started with her brother and sister.
And other people around. And she used, at that point, I remember she was going to St. Joseph's School, which is the parochial school in Mexico, just walking distance from our place. And so that's how I started to pray. Otherwise, I don't know if I went to public school. There was no religious instruction then. So I owe her a lot in terms of faith formation, you know. And as I was telling Luigi earlier, Luigi, when we were interrupted, that your dad, in effect, launched me on my career as he introduced me to someone who gave me my first job. And one job led to another in succession, right? Chain
I didn't know
reaction.
And
Yes.
Tito, that person was the ninong of Iggy.
Yeah.
Who's that, Iggy? Luigi, who was
Ting.
that?
Ting
Oh,
Jaime.
Ting Jaime. Oh.
Jaime.
And I worked for Sixto Rojas for 15 years, and that was the ninong of Adrian, right?
Yes, Adrian. I think Adrian.
So was that Bancom, Tito Rudy? Bancom?
Even before Bancom, EDF.
EDF.
And then Bancom, yeah.
I see. Wow.
Wow.
So that's it.
That's amazing.
Anyway,
I didn't know.
very, we were not only blood, but beyond blood, as somebody there said.
Family. We're like family.
It's good to see all of you, and maybe we'll see each other the next few days. So I will be brief in my comments. Thank you very much. I was fortunate to have talked to Sony, my sister, in her last moments. And I'd like to share two other similar situations where my friend, a close friend of mine, was dying. I am in LA, as you know, but he was in Washington, DC. The wife put him on the phone, and the wife said, he can hear you, but he cannot talk to you. So we had a conversation one way, and then he died.
What did you tell him?
Yeah, what did you say?
Why did he die?
I said, go to heaven.
Did you say the
Now-
same thing to my mom? Did you say go to heaven to my mom and then she died after that?
Now the other one, who knows Ben Lorenzo, my nephew? I think Luigi, you knew Ben Lorenzo, right?
Yes, he's my second, but he's much older. He's our second cousin.
Yeah, he was in his deathbed when we were exchanging emails, but we were not talking at the time. But he was one of the last people I was with when he died through the emails, because we grew up together. No? He was a year younger than me. So I seem to have that fortune of talking to people in their last moments. So Luigi, be careful when you talk to me, right?
So, Tito, do you remember what you said to my mom in her last few minutes? What did you say to her, and did she get to respond?
Yeah, Tito Rudy,
Now?
you're the
Well,
only one
that's
who
what-
provoked that response from mom. She really moved only after you spoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
What did you
described
say
it,
to her?
Iggy, right? Iggy, you
Yeah,
was it
Iggy was
Iggy
here.
or-
Iggy was with you when you spoke to my
Yeah,
mom.
and Luigi. That's exactly what I said. I forgot now, but they remember what I said.
But you said to mom after she tried to move, she said, it's all right, it's okay, don't force
Yeah.
yourself.
Don't
Yes, I
force
didn't want
yourself.
her. to strain herself. Yeah.
And
I
you know,
said, we understand.
yeah.
I think I said something, now you go and rest, something like that. But she went beyond rest. She left us after 4 hours.
She wanted to rest in heaven. She wanted to rest in
Yeah.
heaven. You said rest, so she thought rest in heaven. You know.
Yeah. She thought
Wow,
rest in peace.
you helped her relax and rest.
Rest in
Wow.
peace, yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace in heaven.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
remember, Patricia, when you go to cemeteries, there are two signs, RIP and DOM. Do you remember that?
What is DOM? I know RIP, rest in peace. What is DOM?
Those are the people who died of malaria.
I never heard that joke. Died of malaria. I never heard of that.
Because you don't talk to me. There's so many in my sleeves.
Died of malaria.
Died of malaria?
Well, some are dirty old men, but I want to say that.
Some are dirty old men.
Oh,
that was a play
that
on
one
words.
I've heard of
Tisha.
that. Dirty old men, but I didn't know that's what you meant by DOM.
That was a play on words. It was a double meaning. Yeah.
So it means died of malaria and dirty old men. Okay.
Tito, you better be careful because Trisha believes you.
Yeah, because I didn't know you were teasing. I thought you were serious. So you better be careful what you tell me because I think you were telling me something serious. Luigi knows.
By the way, do you know you and Tita Peachy share the same birthday?
Oh yeah, I knew that. I knew that since I was a kid. I knew that.
Oh.
So every time it's my birthday, I pray for her because I know it's her birthday too.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I knew that since I was a kid. Yeah.
Okay.
Does she know? Does she know it's my birthday too on her birthday?
Oh yeah,
She
of
remembers
course.
that? She
Yeah, of
remembers that.
course.
Huh? Yeah, tell
Yeah.
her I remember her birthday is the same as mine, except she's much older than me, of course. But
Yeah.
you know, how old is she now? 80 what? Is she 80 now? Or she's 70 now?
Approaching 80 in September, and I will
Oh.
be 82 in August.
August. Okay,
1
so you're
week
2 years
apart.
apart. Okay, 2 years apart.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that'll help me
Right.
remember. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I did not know, Tito Rudy, that you and Tita Kising joined CFM. I learned for the first time today from the
Oh yeah,
Pronstroller.
yeah.
And Tita
Inspired by
Chit.
your mom, not forced, right? But inspired. You used the word forced earlier.
Inspired. I thought she convinced you to join.
Up to the time we left for the US, we were members of CFM.
Really? Even Tita Kising was member till they left for
Oh
the
yeah,
US?
we met.
What,
We were
CFM?
meeting in her house once in a while.
Wow, I didn't know that. I never
By
knew.
the way, I heard CFC has eclipsed CFM. Is that correct? CFC, Christian
Couples for Christ.
Yeah, couples for. Is it true that they're stronger than CFM? What happened?
That's different.
I think so. I think.
Yeah, they have more members now. Yeah.
Yeah, they have more, a lot. They've grown a lot, especially in
Even here,
all over the
even
Philippines.
here.
Yeah, even here.
Right.
Even the Philippines have grown a lot. Even here in the US. Even in Minnesota, there's couples for Christ here.
Yeah.
They've
And
grown a
one of
lot.
their biggest outreach is Gawad Kalinga, right? The
Yes,
housing.
Gawad Kalinga here.
And I think that's a very powerful group. Gawad Kalinga. Kalinga means what? Help, right? Help. The Kalinga I know are the tribal people up north. Nothing to do with that, right?
So what does Gawad mean then? I should look that up.
Gawad is to work together, right? Gawad.
Oh, is that what it means? Okay. Gawad Kalinga.
I don't know. I'm not a
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Gawad Kalinga. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm sorry. I have to check out because it's lunchtime. It's
Okay.
almost
I
1
think it's
o'clock.
So you're in Parañaque,
time
huh?
here.
All of you. It's
Oh,
a
thank you.
reunion.
You're in Parañaque? You're in Parañaque, Tita Chip?
Yes, yes.
Okay, hopefully we'll see you again one day when I visit there.
Okay, yes, please do that.
Yes.
Okay, I
Good
love
night,
you.
everyone.
Tita Chit. Bye-bye po.
Bye-bye.
Love
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Love you,
Love
Tita.
you.
Bye-bye.
God bless
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Iggy,
Okay.
you can
God bless all of us.
Yeah, so
Thank you,
I'll close
Emily,
this already.
Rona,
Yeah,
Ria,
close this already.
Junjun, Michelle.
Tomorrow.
Emily.
Tomorrow.
Thank you, Rona. Thank you, Ria.
Tita.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs.
Bye.
Emily. Tita
Happy
Chit,
birthday, Rona.
Michelle.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
The stories are so beautiful. Thank you. I learned.
Got our picture, Rona.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Yes,
yes.
Ben, hello.
Friends with Maribel and Jika, di ba? We're together in Seoul.
Oh. Okay, let's take a picture. Ria.
Let's take a
Okay,
picture
who's
before
gonna
we
take
go.
a picture?
Before we go.
Okay.
One. Ayan. I'm using my, so mommy is in the gallery photo.
Hi, Ria.
Hi, Ria. Okay. I'll take a photo now. 1, 2, 3. Kasama si mama.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
Thank
See
you.
you again soon.
See you guys soon.
You
such
tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
Bye.
Ria.
God bless you,
Thank you for your
Chona.
time. Yeah.
God
Bye,
bless
Reyes.
Luigi.
God bless you
There,
too.
Rona,
God
Ria,
bless you all.
Chit,
Bye.
Michelle,
God bless you,
Bye, Tita
Iggy.
Chit.
June, and Mr.
God bless you,
Michelle.
Iggy.
Michelle.
God
Hi,
bless you, Ray.
Trishan.
God bless everybody.
Bless everybody.
Iggy, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Tita Chi.